All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, welcome to your show. I'm right here. This is Find Your Voice with the Oxygen. It's another beautiful Monday morning, and I'm glad that we're all here together today. I'm here to tell you something real big, and I want you to just catch on. Let's enjoy this show together. Today, it's a beautiful day. It's another powerful day, the seventh day of the month of October 2024. And we are here to find your voice. And what's the show about? It's about everything that will help you succeed, everything that would help you find your voice, everything that will help you navigate the murky waters of life. This show is right here to make your life beautiful. And that's why every Monday morning by 10 a.m. West African time, I come live on air to help you find your voice. And today we'll be talking about seizing opportunities in tough times. We will not run away from the fact that times are challenging. We'll not run away from the fact that times are pretty difficult for a lot of people. But most importantly, I'm here to help you find your voice. And that's what I do every day. Every Monday morning when I come on the show, I want you to find a way around these difficult times and help you navigate the murky waters and get on the other side nice and easy. And so today we will be talking about how you can seize opportunities in tough times. And hey, don't forget, we know there is economic hardship, uncertainty, and there's a lot of constant change happening even without your notice. But hey, whether you're tuning in from Nigeria or anywhere else in the world, the challenges we are facing today are undeniable. They range from high inflation rates, rising unemployment, and of course, the struggle to make ends meet. But here's the thing, throughout history, it is clear that it is at times of difficulties that some of the greatest opportunities have emerged. So today, we're talking about how you can seize these opportunities in tough times. Let's find out how that works with us. And if you're feeling very much weighed down in these tough times, I want you to know that this show is for you. Today's episode is dedicated to you. If you're struggling with life, you're going through tough times, things not looking up, this is for you. We're going to discuss how you can adapt. We're going to discuss how you can thrive, and most importantly, how you can unlock new potential and make your life worth living. Even when everything around you seems to be collapsing, listen guys, stay with me as we break it down, all down, one by one, and ensuring that at the end of the show that you will find the solutions that you've been longing for. And this is the way we're going to do it this morning on the show, Find Your Voice with the Oxygen, because you can just begin to share right now if you're joining me on this very important radio station, which is none other but Grace Impact Radio, the place where we have music, word, and entertainment combined to give you life and give you value. So we're going to be doing this morning, and so I want to start you up quickly by addressing some economic hardships that we face, and we're going to look at that together. After that, we'll take a music break, and then we'll come back with the second and the third segments of the show. But right now, let's listen a bit more to the signature tune by Zaka Valaha titled Anthem of Victory. I'll be right back in a moment. All right, welcome back. Now let's start out by acknowledging that there are realities that we have to deal with, And whether you like it or not, right now there are three very pressing things that's happening across the world, particularly in Nigeria. I don't need to remind you about high inflation rates that are soaring. I don't need to remind you about how the naira continues to lose value. And of course, food and fuel prices are rising every day. But hey, something interesting is here. It can feel overwhelming, but what I want you to focus on today is how, even in the middle of the storm, you can find a way to rise above it. That's what we're concerned about. You know what I find? When you focus a lot more on the challenges that you're facing without thinking solution, you're gonna get stuck, you're gonna get frustrated, you're gonna have your BP rising, and most importantly, you get into depression. That's not my goal for you today. My goal for you is how you can navigate these challenges and come out on the other side stronger, better, happier, and indeed finding your voice. And that's why this show is dedicated to you and to everyone out there who's watching or listening, and we will together navigate the waters and find our voice on the other side of the show. So let's talk about a few things that can help. Let me share with you a few examples in our own country, particularly in Nigeria, how we've been able to, some industries are navigating and coming out tops even in the midst of all the challenges. Let's look at some industries that are thriving. For example, you have the industries like the fintech industry. Fintech companies, for example, are springing up across the country, and they're helping millions to access financial services digitally. Now, you see, this is a situation where it's tough, it's difficult, it looks impossible, but the fintech companies are thriving. They're doing a lot more, they're pushing the limit, they're pushing boundaries, they're striving in the midst of difficult times. Another sector that seems to be getting it right is the agricultural sector. In the agri sector, something's happening. More people are going back to the farmlands. I shared last week on the show that I visited some lady, and interestingly, in her house, all across, she has some bags of humus soil where she plants yam and other things. And she said to me, listen, I'm doing this so that when it's harvest time, I don't buy any of these things. She's got pepper in the compound. She's got every of the little things she could plant. So what am I saying to you? Difficult times is making people think and think again on what to do. So many people are getting back to the farmlands, and because of if they have the right knowledge and right strategy, they are turning a profit. This is something that just tells me, and despite how things are, we can thrive. We can find our voice. We can navigate the waters, and we can become better at whatever it is we choose to do. So what can we learn from this is the question I want to ask you. Now, it simply tells me that even in the darkest times, there are opportunities waiting to be discovered. Hear me and hear me out, please. Economic hardship is tough, no doubt, but with the right mindset, we can begin to shift our focus from what's lacking to what's possible. And that is the intent of Find Your Voice, helping you move your focus from the things that are lacking to the things that are possible, helping you navigate life, helping you navigate personal development, helping you navigate everything there is to navigate, and see the possibilities that we can create with our lives. And that's why in the first segment, I'm simply saying we can deal with these issues, and we're going to find out how we can solve them. In the next segment, I'll be talking to you about uncovering hidden opportunities. But there's something I want you to know. There's a song that resonates with me while I was working and preparing this show. The song just kept coming back to me, and I chose that song as the song we're going to be listening at this segment, at this music break. And the song is by David G, titled My Trust Is in You. I'll be right back after this short music break, and we'll continue to discuss uncovering hidden opportunities. Enjoy it. Right, all right, all right. It's been a beautiful time, guys. That's a beautiful one there by David G. My trust is in you. Powerful song there. It tells you that, listen, no matter what's going on, you've got to put your trust in God. And because God is the only one that can help you find your voice. And this is Find Your Voice with the Oxygen. And we're moving on to the second segment. Today, our conversation is on seizing opportunities in tough times. In this segment, I want to share with you on how you can uncover hidden opportunities. And I believe that if you just do some of the things I share with you here, you will be happier for it. Now, let's talk about uncovering hidden opportunities. A tough economy forces us to think differently. You know, it's often said that necessity is the mother of invention. I love that statement so much. Necessity is the mother of invention. And that couldn't be truer in times like these. So what can we do when we feel like the system is against us? I share a bit of ideas with you. I think I could just walk around 3 ideas I think you can help that can utilize. You can utilize that and make your life better off. And the first thing I want to share with you is something I call upskilling. Now, upskilling simply means learning new skills, adding new skills to your skill set. Upskilling is your ability to use the time you have to improve on yourself by learning new skills, right? There are digital skills that you can learn for free or just at a fee, and some of them are coding, some are graphic design and digital marketing. They're all in high demand. These 3 skills are in top demand right now: coding, digital marketing, graphic design. They're very high demand right now. I do some of the things I do require loads and loads of graphics, and I know what it costs me to just pay for one design. Okay, it's if you want to pay cheap, you're gonna get nothing. You're just gonna do something that's crazy for you. But if you want a good graphic artist, a good graphic designer, you're gonna pay a lot of money. So what that means is that there is a higher demand for graphic designers right now, and if you can upskill and learn that skill, it's gonna do a lot of good to you. If you can learn coding, it's going to do a lot of good for you. If you can go ahead to learn digital marketing, it's going to help you a great deal. Believe me when I tell you these 3 skills, pay attention to them. I remember when I was in the university, I didn't learn these 3 skills at the time because they were not in high demand during my time, actually. But I noticed there was a gap in school and things were tough at the time for me. It was difficult in my second year in the university. And I had a skill that was just lying dormant. I'm very good compare. I make people laugh when I anchor events and all that. But I never realized it. I was just with my friends in the room chatting with them and they were laughing. And someone said to me, "Look, you know you got a great skill set." I said, "What's that?" "Say you can hold any event down, hold people together and keep the event going. You are the life of every conversation." I was like, "Really?" He said, "Yes." So why don't you put that skill to use? And believe me, I could barely feed at that time on campus. And I took this skill into consideration. I approached a few people that were doing their departmental week, and some of them signed me up, tested me, said, "Okay, let's give you a tryout. We have a 3-day event. If you can deliver on the first day, pro bono, then we see you're good, we'll pay you for the other 2 days." And that was how I started. So some of the skills that you have, you can either upskill or begin to utilize the skill set that you already have that can earn you money. That's the first thing you can consider doing, and start doing it right now. Okay, you can also look at these 3 skill sets that I mentioned: digital marketing, graphic design, coding. These are digital skills that you can begin to apply, and if you go learn them, there are even a couple of websites that you can go and learn how to do these things for free, just your data for free, and you can learn a whole lot from there. You can go watch videos on YouTube. I mean, just find a way around it, because the world is actually shifting online. The world is shifting online. I tell you that for free. The world is shifting online. So why not take advantage of that? That's one thing I can suggest to you right now: upskilling. The second is entrepreneurship. This is a tough call, but hey, listen to me. Just listen first of all. Now, there are countless success stories of businesses born in challenging times. Now, you will remember that I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who told me that in 2001, or thereabout, 2011, yeah, actually 2011 exactly, that a young man started delivery service in Port Harcourt. He was doing this delivery. He struggled at it for many years. It didn't turn out well. He had to fold up after about a year or two of trying. But guess what? A tough time like COVID came, and when COVID hit, it became clear that it was just the right timing. Delivery services sprang up everywhere, and deliveries were making a hell of money at the time. Guess what? Today it has come to stay. That was entrepreneurship. All right, it's maybe it's your time to start that side hustle that you've been thinking about starting, you've been dreaming about. You could just be anything. I give you a couple of examples that could work for you. All right, you could just think about it. You could start from a small scale agricultural venture. All right, small scale agriculture. I was reading on my friend's wall, on our Facebook wall, she had to travel to Cross River to buy bags of crayfish, and she said on each bag she was making close to 40k or 20k thereabout on each bag. Amazing. That's a venture, it's an entrepreneurship venture. She was doing that. She started that just sometime last month. Good money, you know. After all expenses, she said she was making about 40-50k. Yeah, 40-50k after all logistics and expenses put out. That's good business. That's entrepreneurship. I mean, you could try that out. It may not be crayfish. I'm just saying, look for a product you could sell that is in demand, and you can get it from the source and sell and make money. That's entrepreneurship for you. You could also start tutoring, right? Coaching, online coaching or physical coaching, tutoring. Teach people what you know. It's called knowledge money. Teach people what you know, and people will be willing to pay for that service. Provide value, provide the knowledge that you have, and share. I'm working on the training program that I'll be holding next month, a big sales training that will be on how to close deals, because that's one area I got strengthened. I want to teach people how to close deals, so you can tutor people, you can do delivery services. These are options that I'm spreading out for you. Pick from them whatever works for you. You can even create a business from your hobby. You could create a business from your hobby. You could start something that will help you navigate these difficult times. And the third thing I recommend strongly is networking. Tough times often bring people together. I've seen that tough times often bring people together. Now, it's the time to build valuable relationship. That's what you need right now. Now that things are tough, don't just get involved with friends that will not add value to your life. This is the time to build valuable relationships. Relationships that you will be part of and will add value to your life, and that you can also add value to theirs. Very important. All right? Because this is what will help you grow. Relationships, networks will help you grow faster than you would on your own. Attend webinars, engage in online communities, or network in spaces where people are discussing solutions to the challenges that we are facing today. When you get in those kind of spaces, you will definitely find answers to the questions that you're seeking. I was in the conference 2 weeks back, Make in Nigeria conference that held in Port Harcourt. It's an annual conference, the 14th edition. And while I was in that conference, I made contacts, very valuable contacts that I'm already reaping from, contacts that I'm already enjoying the benefits from, contacts that are giving me leverage, mileage, and opportunities that on my own I wouldn't have been able to actualize. And it's working for me, it's helping me, and it can also help you if you begin to utilize your networks and use them adequately. And I trust that if we begin to look at these options that we've got and navigate carefully, we will be able to make our lives a lot better than what it is right now. I understand how things might be, but I'm telling you the truth. We're going to scale through. We're going to come out of it. We're going to be better off. We're going to have the opportunity to sing the victory song together. You know, like the song the Anthem of Victory by Zakar Valaha, which is the signature tune for this program. It's a song that just tells me that, listen, we're here to find our voice, and we'll be singing the Anthem of Victory every step of the way. And that's why I want to give you direction. I want to provide you value. I always do every Monday when I come on set. This is what we do. and find your voice with the oxygen. And so now that you have understood clearly that you need to upskill, that you need to try entrepreneurship, that you need to network, how do you deal with these issues? How do you work with them? That will navigate me into actionable steps for thriving. I'm going to tell you some of the things you could do to find your voice, some of the things you can do to navigate and take some steps that would help you. Now, let's look at some of the things you can do. How do you move from surviving to thriving? How do you step away from, okay, I got the ideas, I've heard what you said, what do I do next? How do I navigate? I'm barely surviving right now, I want to thrive. What do I do? Let's look at that together. First of all, create a plan. Create a plan. Now, you can't take advantage of opportunities if you don't have a plan. You may have an idea, it's good to have an idea, but do you have a plan? So create a plan. Write down your goals and outline steps to achieve them. Yesterday, I was watching a video, very amazing video. A teacher was teaching his students how to achieve their big goals in life. And he said to them, let me assume that your goal is to come to this other end and give me a high five. But you're standing right over there and I'm over here. Your ultimate goal is to get to me to give me a high five. But you can't jump from where you are to get to where I am. And then he went on to drop some sheets of papers, spaced them, and said, so you move from where you are, step on the papers alone till you get to me. And he had 3 sheets of papers positioned, spaced, properly spaced about 2 feet apart. And so he told the young lad, so step on the papers and get to me. The young man took about 3 or 4 steps thereabout and got to him and gave him a high five. Amazingly, he said, I am standing on this end. I am your main goal in life. Each of these papers are the smaller goals you need to achieve, the steps you need to take for you to achieve this goal. And then he did something amazing. He removed the papers. He said, now jump from where you are and get to where I am and give me a high five. And none of the kids could do that. None of them. And then he said to them, the papers I removed are the steps you need to take to achieve the goal of giving me a high five. Now, for you to achieve your goal in life, you must have a plan. In that plan, you outline the steps that you need to take to achieve that goal. And this is where a lot of us miss it. We have a big plan. We have a big dream rather. We have big ideas, but we don't have a plan. We don't have steps that we can take to actualize that big plan that we have, big dream that we have. We don't have plans at all, no steps, nothing. We just say, I want to own a car. I want to build or buy a big house. How are you going to do that? We're talking about challenging times. It's talking about tough times right here. Opportunities, seizing opportunities. You have ideas. I've shared a few of them with you, a couple of them. What is the plan? How do you intend to achieve that big goal? You want to start a business. What are the first things you need to do? I've seen people want to start a business. The first thing they do is to go and rent a shop, upgrade the place, put all the facilities they should before they start the business. That's a wrong way to go. After you get an idea of what you want to do, find your customers, find your source of your supply chain, how you're going to get the products, find your customer base. You can even start without a shop. You can even start without an office. You can deliver service without an office. When you supply products and services, most companies don't even know where your office is. They just get your invoice and then all of those things, they put their call through, send an email. So you need to first have a plan. That's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is you got to draw up a plan. You need to take advantage of opportunities, but you need a plan. Write down your goals and outline steps to achieve them. Whether it's starting a new business, whether it's learning a new skill, whether it's a networking that you want to do with industry leaders, you've got to have a plan. So having a roadmap will keep you focused. It's when you don't have a plan, anything that comes can sweep you off, because there's nothing to check against. Let me say something quickly. Some of you may not agree with it, but it's fine. I'm not saying go and draw up a business plan. That's not what I'm saying. Loads of businesses have started without a business plan. Business plans are great, but I'm saying write down basic steps you need to take to achieving that goal. If you have the resources, you can do the business plan. But I'm telling you right now, you don't need that extensive work. I'm saying, look, for example, I want to learn a skill. What's my plan? Name of the skill I want to learn. Possible places I can learn these skills. When I list them out, I pick the best option I have got and I schedule a time. I'm going to spend 1 hour every day to do this. What is my best time? Is it morning? Am I a night crawler? Am I the guy that works best at night? If it's in the night when everywhere is quiet, okay, I'm going to start this class every night. I'm going to be online from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. I'm going to devote 2 hours of my time every day to learn this skill. I'm going to practice during the day. I give myself 2 weeks. I'm going to get this skill. And as I do it, I'm going to ask my friends, if you have any design, please send to me. Let me work on it. I'm going to use their designs to test my skill. If they like it, I keep improving, but I give myself 2 weeks. That's a plan. Sounds great? Yes, it does. That's a plan. So you need something like that. So write a plan. I'm using graphic design or a new skill for an example. You can just fix this in any other skill that you want to learn. Number 2, you need financial management. You see, in tough times, managing money wisely is critical. There's a book I'm going to recommend to you to read, The Richest Man in Babylon. It's a great book. That book helped me. It changed my life. I can't remember the author right now, but I think that if you go get that book, you'll be happier for it. The Richest Man in Babylon. Just Google it. Just find the name of the author of that book. It's a great book. Go get it. Read it. Just get that book and read it. It's a powerful book. It talks about financial management a great deal. It talks about how to break away from debt, how to live debt-free life, and the things you can do. All right. Let me just see if I can pull it up for you. I'll share with you The Richest Man in Babylon. Okay, great. The author is George Samuel Clason. Yeah, that's right. George Samuel Clason. Go get that book and read it. Powerful book. I have the old copy, the very original one. I still have that. Go get it. Read that book, The Richest Man in Babylon. It's a small book. You can finish it in 2-3 days. If you're a fast reader, why not? One day you can finish it. But it's not about finishing the book. It's about getting the wisdom behind all that's written therein. So financial management is very critical. Focus on budgeting, cutting down unnecessary expenses. Don't go to anywhere that will not add value to your life. Keep that transport. I was supposed to travel on Friday for a trip for something. I sat down, I did a very in-depth analysis of that journey. I checked it, I weighed it. What's the financial implication of this journey? What will it cost me to fuel my car and go for this trip? I checked it out. When I go for this trip and get back, what's the benefit? And when I did the cost benefit analysis, it wasn't worth going. One bit. I stayed back. I didn't travel. Yeah, because financial management at this time is critical. All right, it's very critical. You've got to think about all of that. Instead of spending money, this is the time to save money and invest the little you can. Now is the time. Now, some of the world's wealthiest individuals became rich by saving and investing during recessions. That's the truth. They saved and invested during recessions. Because during recessions, when time is hard, things are tough. If you have some money, now is the time when people are selling off their stuff. If you have some extra money, you can buy stuff from people cheaper than you ordinarily would have bought. Certain things I'm talking about. I'm not talking about things in the regular market. I'm talking about personal stuff. So now is the time to save money. Don't put your money in something that's not going to be productive. So you need financial management. That is a skill you must have. Frugality. That's what I call it. Frugality. You need a lot of it. Okay? So create a plan. Focus on financial management. Don't just buy things and just spend money. Manage your money wisely. And then thirdly, I keep repeating this because it's critical. Mindset shift. You need a mindset shift. You need a mindset shift. Finally, you must believe that opportunities exist. It's something you just gotta believe. If you must find your voice, if you must navigate these tough times, you must believe that opportunities exist. A positive mindset opens doors. while a negative one closes doors. Hear me out. A positive mindset opens doors. You must believe that opportunities exist. One of my friends did something crazy. On the 25th of December, when people were celebrating Christmas and enjoying, he opened a sale that day, and he decided that, look, I'm going to be a part of the money people want to spend, and he put out this product on the 25th of December, and people bought like crazy. He said he was test running it for the first time, and he wanted to see the response. And I asked him, what on earth made you believe that people would buy on the 25th? Digital products, for that matter, not food, not drinks, not the berry things. He said, listen, I have a mindset that opportunities exist, and I believe it, and I put that positivity to work, and the results were enormous. Outstanding results. He made a lot of money that day, and I told him, man, I like this skill. I'm going to try it next year. Maybe this year I'm going to try it. I'm going to put out a sale this year, 25th of December. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. A positive mindset, guys. A positive mindset. Just believe that opportunities exist. We need to cultivate resilience. We need to learn from our setbacks. We need to maintain our focus on growth. And most importantly, even when you feel that the odds are stacked up against you, don't give up. Never do. You see that mindset of not giving up, of staying glued to your promise and saying, listen, I trust the process. I'm going to work things out. I'm going to keep pushing. It's a great kind of mindset to have. Even when it looks impossible, always believe that there are opportunities and that they exist. It's something that I have started out to talk about and tell myself. You know, I do self-talk a lot. I sit down and tell myself, listen, it doesn't matter what things look like right now. You know, you need to learn from those who've been there before. I was in a meeting, a conference, and a man was speaking about his business, and he said it took them 15 years to scale. They were making profit, they were doing okay, they were just fine, but they needed to scale. By the 12th year, they tried to apply for international funding. It didn't work. It was on the 15th year that they scaled the business. Massive scaling. And I sat down and I counted how many years I've been on my own business. And I'm like, well, okay, there's hope. Now, I'm not saying you need to stay 15 years to scale. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that when you hear the stories of all the men and women who've done this thing and succeeded at it, you will know that you're not making a mistake to stay on course. There is opportunity for you too, and you too can scale. But one thing you need to do is your mindset shift. Mindset shift, very important. You got to shift your mindset. You got to think about it again and say, listen, I understand that I got to do better. And there you have it, folks. Our episode on seizing opportunities in tough times. I hope you leave today with a sense of empowerment and realization that no matter how hard times may get or may seem, there is always an opportunity waiting for you to discover. You just have to be willing to look for it, adapt, and seize it. That's right. Be willing to look for it, adapt, and seize it. Now, if you've enjoyed today's episode, do well to share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Don't forget, we'll be back next week with another exciting episode to help you find your voice even in the most challenging times. But before we go, let's take a moment to enjoy just one more time, in closing, this beautiful, beautiful music by David G. My trust is in you. And from me to you is ciao ciao. I am the Oxygen. See you next week, same time, same frequency. Bye bye.